Hello and welcome to the seventh lecture of my data analysis course where I'm teaching you data analysis completely from scratch, right? And in this seventh lecture, what I'm going to tell you what happened when the analysis is done. So in any of the course, what you will going to learn is what is data analysis, how would you do the data analysis. But what I also want you to understand is what happens when the analysis is done. So far I've given you a very high level understanding of what is data, when does data become information, data gets collected, so on and so forth. And based on that high level understanding, I'm trying to help you develop a data analysis mindset. And this video is also about helping you understand the mindset of a data analyst from a subject matter expert, because subject matter expert understand how to use this data. That's why they are the SMEs or the subject matter expert. Okay, so coming back to the topic of what happened when the analysis is done, and this all of this course I'm posting you for free, but I also give exercises, and in my live class discussion happened about what are your thoughts, whether you are in the right direction or not, and I help you understand it better. So that happens in my live class every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. IST. And if you want to join, you can email me and I'll help you understand the enrollment process. Okay, so with that, what happened when the analysis is done, right? So it is a five-step approach which you will going to see. And the first step is the evaluating subjectively each option, right? So what I mean by that is launching a product or not, right, is a very high level and very common example which one can easily understand. Another example is whether to start a project or not, right? Which project manager to hire, A, B, or C, which individual to hire in your company, right? Looking at the data of that means the resume, right? So data is everywhere, whether in the form of numbers, whether in the form of text, or a combination of both. It's about understanding it and taking the right decision. So whether launching a product or not, in your individual case, the option B, taking a particular car or not, or a mobile or not, can also be the decision, right? So that is something what we will going to when we take a decision based on that. So once, let's say, you have decided that you want to launch a product, okay, so you choose the best option and you decided that you want to launch this particular product into this particular segment or a country or a particular geographic location within a country, right? So it depends on where you are standing. You decided that you want to launch a product, okay. Then what happens is, based on that, you define the strategy to reach the outcome. So for this strategy, what you do, you create a team of experts who are product expert, engineering expert, marketing expert, sales expert. You create a small team of 10, 15, 20 members, just so that you can quickly go to the market. Second is you hire a lawyer just so that you can take care of any challenges. And third is to create a market campaign, right? So with your analysis, all of this thing happens up until here. Once the decision happened that yes, we want to go with the data analysis that you have done, these are some of the additional steps that happens based on what decision is being taken, which is in this our case the deciding to launch a product. Then creating a marketing campaign. So this is something, let's say, three steps you defined. And for that, what you do is now you define the timelines or the goals, right? Making smaller goals and part to achieve. When I say you, I don't mean a data analyst, but someone in the company who is responsible for this project. So making a smaller goals. So what you do is, for the first step, you define that within a week you will find out the team members for this smaller team and create a team. Second is hiring the relevant lawyer in the next week. And then third is creating a campaign in 2 weeks by hiring the best marketing agency. So all of these three steps, four weeks program or 4 weeks goals you have decided, and you started working on that. And finally, you reach the objective that was decided in step number 2, which is deciding or launch a product with the help of this, and completed your program, which then go into the ongoing mode of maintaining and supporting the product in the marketing shelves, market shelves, and running the campaigns and so forth. So launching the product and tell the user story from where to buy, right? So this is just a very, very high level that up until the point two, with the help of the data analysis and obviously some gut feeling and the risk that user wants to take based on data analysis, they go ahead and launch this, and all of this happens post. So this is what I wanted to give you a gist or an idea about, a very high level idea about what really happens when you are done with your analysis, right? Another example or another scenario I can give you for this too, let's say your company is planning the sales for the next year, right? And there are three options that goes in that direction. One is high growth, medium growth, or low growth, right? Depends on where you are into the market. Let's say you decided with the medium growth. So the question really arises is why you don't want to go with a low growth or a high growth. I'll give you one scenario and that will help you understand what happens. Low growth, everybody understand that with the low growth you don't have to do a lot of expenses, but you want to, let's say, maintain the same growth, which is usually considered low growth. With medium growth you give a little bit of uptick of 1 or 2% or 3% of a growth, and anywhere which is 5% or more is a higher growth. Again, depends on market or segment. If your market is booming up with another 50% year over year growth, then definitely 5% is lower. But I'm talking about conservative market where growth is in 15-17%, but expecting it 22% to be a growth is a higher or a ambitious target. So what happens is your company have chosen the medium growth, not the highest growth, is because high growth also attract the high investment. For the high growth you need to hire a number of more people, you need to invest more on the marketing. That means your cost will also increase, and that is what you want to reduce. So all of this analysis goes that yes, you want to have an ambitious target, but there is a cost associated to it. If I go to your individual personal life, then let's say you really want to achieve the first rank in your school, but that means you really need to give a more number of hours now and more dedicated and more aware study you need to do as compared to what you are already doing. Let's say if you are not in those first three ranks, right? So that is why a target is being set, always keeping in mind the realistic scenario. And the realistic scenario can be, in your personal case, can be you are really good in sports but not good in, let's say, studies, which is fine, right? You can be number one into the sports on that side, and rank really doesn't matter in that case. So that's how company really decides that yes, they know that market is really tough, they won't be able to achieve 22% growth, even if on numbers it may look good, but there is always a cost associated to it. And why to spend so much of a cost in this particular place where they can place the cost somewhere else, let's say some acquisition, right? With that, they can do more growth, or spread their wings. So all of this happens either in your personal case or in your company's case. And then once the analysis is done, growth is it is decided that yes, medium growth is what we want to go. Then they define the strategy by putting out the numbers, and then hiring the setting the accounts to the teams, and basically hiring some more team member in case they want to hire some more, and then finally create a marketing campaign over here. And finally make a smaller goals and part to achieve them. They divide the entire year goal into 4 quarters, and then each quarter they give it to their sales team, and finally reaching the objective that was decided. So again, what I have done is I have broken it down, the sales planning cycle, into these steps so that one can easily understand. So I hope you got the idea that how you can take any plan or a strategy and decide it over here once you are done with your data analysis. So similarly, what you can do is you can find 3 more scenarios and be ready to discuss, and that is what we discuss in our 9:30 a.m. IST Sunday session, where discussion like this can happen, confusion I can clear it out, and some challenges or some problems I can give you to solve. Okay, so with that, thank you so much, and I'll meet you in the next video with a new topic.